look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show. Between the Birmingham Sports beautiful play from Alfonso Powell to Jalen Robertson got them to the 1 yard line. A few plays later, they fumbled the ball right inside of the 5 yard line. Third possession, which was the first possession for North Florida in the second quarter, they did manage to finally score a touchdown. And then, unfortunately, on the fourth possession, a fumble. So looking for a little more success in this half. Are the Tigers.
Looks like they backed the ball up to the 36-yard line there, Brian.
All right, 1st and 10. It looks like in the shotgun formation is quarterback Alfonso Powell. He's got two backs behind him, single receivers to his left and right. And one of the big things in this half for North Florida, we'll see time management and recognition by the team. And unfortunately, they start this half the way the first half went with a delay of game. So between the delays and the substitution delays and just getting guys on and off the field, not the start that the Tigers wanted. So now it's 1st and 15. Back them up to the 31. Powell in the shotgun. Pitches it out. There's a fumble on the pitch. And unfortunately, it was Roberson, but the ball never got to Roberson's hands. I'm not sure what happened on that pitch, but that ball was recovered by Birmingham at about the 19-yard line.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You go in, you spend 15 minutes hydrating and strategizing, Brian, and then you come out and two big mistakes right away to start the second half. You get the delay of game because you can't get your people out on the field, and then you fumble on the first play of the second half.
That was curious. I couldn't tell, AD, whether Powell – I couldn't tell if he was fully committed on the toss or maybe he thought Roberson was supposed to, come in a little bit closer on the handoff, or he just didn't put enough on the toss. Either way –
It looked ugly. And we had an ugly result. How about that?
All right. Well, Birmingham will take over on the 19. Now the quarterback starting the third quarter, Derek McKinley. McKinley opened the contest in the first quarter. Single back is DeMontre Moore. There's the handoff to Moore, going left. Towards the sideline, run out of bounds at about the 15. Clock still running. They say he was hit while he was in bounds. So it'll be second down and 6.
Ball spotted on the 15-yard line there, Brian.
And a big thing, as we said, will be how quickly can North Florida get guys onto the field. That was one of the things I'm sure they talked about at halftime. So here we go in sort of a pistol formation. McKinley, the single back. There's Barry. There's a flag. Barry cuts off left side.
Yeah, it looks like the left end jumped there, Brian. He got across the line before the snap, but I think they're going to take the result of the play if it's against the defense, and it is against the defense.
So inside of the 10-yard line, it looks like Ball will be spotted about maybe the 7, if I'm looking at the line judge. As they look to the sideline, and coming in will be 21, DeMontre Moore. Corey Scruggs, number 24, also appears to be the back. Pistol formation again. McKinley's in shotgun. He's got a single receiver to his left on the near side, 2 receivers far to the right. First and goal from the 7. McKinley drops back. Quick slant over the middle.
Just out of his outstretched hand.
Intended target was Brazil Patrick. A little low. Maybe if that pass would have been up a little higher in Patrick's gut, maybe. Chest area is always best, but that one was below the waist, and Patrick was unable to come up with it, so it'll be second and goal. More rotations, more defensive substitutions coming in now for North Florida. Practically the same formation that we saw on first down. McKinley in the shotgun. That time it's a handoff to Moore. Moore going, McKinley kept that ball. And based on where I see the line judge, he may have got to the 5 or just across the 5.
McKinley did a great job of putting that ball in the belly of number 24.
Or 24, excuse me.
Scruggs. And pulling it out because he had everybody fooled, but somebody on the backside stayed home and did what they were supposed to do and read the play properly.
Third down and goal inside, right about the 5, we'll say.
Coming up on 12 minutes remaining in the third.
Shotgun formation. Changing the quarterback, it looks like. In right now, looks like it's Cook. Josh Cook. Touchdown. Beautiful throw. Josh Cook to number 17, Brazil Patrick.
And that white blur that you saw across the screen, who thought they had the interception and the ball looked like it went right through their hands, DJ Chambers, the last one getting up there, knew he had the ball, knew he had an interception, did everything but catch the ball right there, Brian.
And that's the third touchdown pass for Josh Cook in the contest. So, well, no correction. Am I incorrect on that? That was not a score, or this?
Oh, must have called it incomplete.
Okay, my apologies on that. Here we go. It's 4th down and goal. Cook inside hand, and blown up. Fumble on the field. North Florida ball was still live. Can North Florida pick it up? We've got an injured player down on the field. Nope. Not an injured player, maybe just a player a little sore on that one. So
that was number 18, Cam Hood, who had the big play right there, Brian, and caused the apparent fumble. I think they're going to rule it a fumble right there, Brian.
That should definitely be a fumble. And I'm going to apologize for the last possession. And what threw me off, AD, is let's make sure we're clear here on what's happening.
We did have a touchdown.
We did call it correct. Okay, thank you.
We had a touchdown.
I was worried.
That was a 2-point conversion, and because it was a 2-point conversion, they can run it back.
What threw me – okay, so we called it right. What threw me off is I'm looking over at the sideline, and the marker said 4th down. And so in looking at the spot, it's hard to tell, again, numbers. I couldn't quite make out that the ball was at the 2.5 instead of the 5. So that was just the 2-point conversion that was no good. So I was correct on the touchdown pass from Cook to Brazil Patrick. That was, again, the third touchdown pass of the contest for Josh Cook, who on that third down play came in for McKinley. And, again, that's what threw me off as I was paying attention to see. I couldn't see whether something happened to McKinley on that second down play. So our score now 22-8, 11:45 remaining in the third quarter. And kicking off now for Birmingham. That's Barry, a nice kick, received back at the 15-yard line. Check. Going left. Now going right is Tyler Mitchell.
This is where you're going to get a
flag.
flag.
There's a block
there
in the
was.
back. Yep, that was easy.
That was easy. Number 4.
Yeah. Actually, that was 7, I think.
Excuse
7.
me,
Jalen
against
Roberson.
number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of flags. I think both of the officials saw the same thing on the reverse.
Yeah, and when that happens, 9 times out of 10, you know that play is getting ready to come.
Right, and you're just trying to help your teammate out a little bit, and you end up.
And we had a personal foul also.
So we did actually have 2 different penalties.
Yes.
On that possession. Well, so all that will do is just the drive will start a little bit deeper in their own territory than they wanted it to be, and they'll bring it all the way back to looks like about the maybe 7 or 8 yard line, and that's where North Florida will start their 6th possession of the contest. Last possession started with officially the first play was a fumble, although the first play was really a delay of game. So let's see if they have a little more success here. And we've got a late player coming onto the field.
Why does that not surprise me, Brian?
Well, again, you pointed out again the difference in numbers, and I mean there's probably maybe about 10 or 11 more players on the roster for Birmingham, and that 10 or 11 makes a difference. There's Powell's shotgun. He avoids the rush. Got to stay away from getting a safety. He's piled up. He got to about the 2. He managed to get back. He had an open man. I'm not sure if he could see him.
Flag on the play, Brian, on the far side.
Well, let's see. Might be a little defensive holding if I'm seeing it over that far.
I thought offside was the signal.
Okay.
And that's exactly what it is, Brian.
Okay. So, Birmingham, although they are up 22-8, they have not been without fault in a few different possessions on defense. So they North Florida catches a little break as it'll be now 1st and 5 from about the 12-yard line. Alfonso Powell's the quarterback. He's got one back to his right. He drops back, trying to avoid the blitz. Same result. And unfortunately back there, number 23, Darrell Wilson, he's on his right side. He was trying to pick up a blocker, but he had defenders coming from both sides. So
we're going to give 52 Mike Artis with the credit on the sack right there, Mike.
Yeah, they may have to. North Florida may have to change up the strategy here, as on 2 consecutive plays, Birmingham has really brought the pressure, and so it's 2nd and probably it looks like about 15. Ball is spotted at about the 5. Powell's in shotgun. He's standing in the end zone, so he's got to be careful here. Here comes that blitz again. He avoids it, cuts left. Ooh, he's hit.
Did he get out? Did he get out?
He got hit.
No, he did not get out.
He didn't get out. That's a safety. Yeah, I thought he may have got across it, but he did not. So a safety on that play for Birmingham. And Powell is definitely frustrated as he comes back over to the sideline. And you never want to see the young man. He may just be a little hurt on that hit and just need a break. But you never want to see a young man, especially the quarterback. And I'm watching him over here on the sideline. Might be holding his hand or his wrist a little bit. He definitely got rocked. As he actually avoided the first 2 defenders, but it was the third guy who just kind of came in and smacked him. That was a big hit.
And he's trying to be careful. Number 1, he's trying to get out the end zone, Brian. But also, number 2, he's trying not to fumble the ball and do anything that's going to turn the ball over. You'd much rather give up 2 than 7 right there, or 6 right there. But obviously, you're not trying to give anything up if you're on offense. Plus, an offensive penalty in the end zone will also cause a safety also. So the guys don't want to hold, which may have changed the way they block there because they don't want to hold a penalty.
That time I noticed North Florida did put 2 backs one to his left and one to his right to try to give him a little more max protection, but did not make a difference. He just wasn't able to get rid of the ball fast enough. So 24-8 is our score now. 9:15 to play in the third quarter, and kicking or punting from the 20-yard line following the safety will be North Florida. Back to receive two backs for Birmingham. See if AD can make out those numbers. A little difficult from my vantage point.
I see an 80 and a 24, Brian.
All right, number 80 would be Kentrell Calhoun, and 24 is Corey Scruggs.
Calhoun has the ball.
All right side, Calhoun up the sideline. Nope, he's deciding to stay in bounds.
That flag came from that was a good toss by that back judge back there. Did you see how far that flag flew, Brian?
That was a 25-yard flag toss.
As a former person who wore stripes, I've got to give him credit on that one, man.
He threw that one. He threw that one from from deep.
I don't know who the umpire is by name, but that's who that was.
7:15 on your time. 7:15 officially remaining, and the Birmingham Sports Academy Eagles look to be starting from the 45, but I think we're waiting to kind of see officially what the call is. Our score, 24-8. Birmingham leading here in the third quarter. 7 minutes to
personal foul. But that's got to be about the fifth. And we've got an unsportsmanlike conduct. So we had a personal foul and an unsportsmanlike conduct. I believe those are
both of them on Birmingham.
Both of them on Birmingham, and I believe you take both of those penalties, Brian. That's not an either-or situation. I believe that's going to be 30 yards worth of real estate that Birmingham just gave up after the.
And so instead of starting at the 45-yard line, they're going to move it all the way back to the 30.
25.
To the 25. Correct.
Yes, 30 yards. That would be 30 yards worth of real estate there, Brian.
Doing some quick math, I tell you. You want to help. You want to help young people out with math. Teach them about 5, 10, and 15 yards on a football field.
You teach them about sixes if you tell them to play dominoes.
What?
By fives, 5, 6s, spots and dots.
My goodness, AD. You just love you, man. All right, opening up this possession for the Eagles. Let's see who's under quarterback. That appears to be.
Looks like Cook out there.
Okay.
Crook. Excuse me, Crook.
Crook. There's out of the I formation. That handoff, he may have got back to the line of scrimmage. Let's see, that back was number 1, Alazavia Berry. Josh Crook is the quarterback. Now he moves into a shotgun. He's got backs on his left and right. Twins left, single receiver to his near right. Quick slant. Oh, unable to keep that ball in his hands. Number 18, Cam Hood, on a beautiful slant route. If Cam is able to pull that in, he might have kept speed and darted right down the middle of the field for 6.
Yeah, that's that old Jerry Rice slant right there, Brian. Used to see him run it all the time at Valley and with the San Francisco 49ers.
3rd down and 10. An opportunity, big opportunity here for North Florida to get the Eagles off the field here. In the shotgun formation, 2 backs, 1 left, 1 right. Crook drops back out into the flat, able to keep that one in his hands was Brazil Patrick, but not quite enough for the first down. About a 9 or 8 yard play. No, actually a little bit shorter than that. 7 yards.
Keyshawn Granberry on that tackle right there, Brian.
And I think they're going to punt this one. Looks like the punting unit is on. Alazavia Berry, he also serves as a punter.
By 2 scores, Brian. Very smart move. Let's play conservative, shorten the game, and
Well,
get out of here with the W.
Yeah, let's not give up. You don't want to give up in case something crazy happens. Don't give them any good field position. So let's see. We've got 2 back for North Florida. One appears to be number 5, Rayshawn Hamilton, and
24.
then you said
24.
24, Terrius Miles. Barry,
Line drive punt.
received by
Get
Moore.
out. Don't let it go, young fella. Yeah, let it go.
Takes an Eagles bounce, and from a nice punt with the bounce, it'll go all the way out to about the 20. Let's see.
50 yards in the stat book there, Brian.
Well, let's see where the officials are marking it here. I'm looking at.
Right
Okay, at the 20. At the 20.
Yeah, excuse me, the 20.
Okay. They say that goes down in the stat book as a 50-yard punt, huh?
Goes down to the 50-yard punt, Brian.
All right. Nice job by Alazavia Berry. And that is where the North Florida Tigers will start. 3rd possession of the quarter. And back starting Alfonso Powell. The first 2 possessions have not been very good for Powell. So let's see if the biggest thing here is let's see if they go with a shorter passing game. Let's see if they go with something quick here to get the ball out of the hands, because the front line for Birmingham has been very good this quarter so far. Shotgun twin receivers. There's that toss. Much better this time. Going right towards the sideline.
Great open field tackle. Great open field tackle right there by number 4, C.J. Morrow.
And on the run was Darrell Wilson. Darrell Wilson, the 3rd. You know, I got to admit, AD, that toss right there by Powell was probably what the toss was supposed to look like a couple of possessions ago when we kind of saw it just die in the air.
Yes. Yeah, you know, great end around, give the guy a little bit of extra momentum going into the play, and then hope your line do what they're supposed to do, which they did on that particular play for a gain of 3 or 4.
2nd and 6, ball at the 24. Powell in the shotgun again. Quick toss
Same thing.
again.
Absolutely.
Left side. Runs over a defender. Very close to a first down was number 7.
They're getting a little chippy over there on the side.
Jalen Roberson. Well, you know, there's always got to be some extra talking when you run over a guy.
And he's still going at it. Trammell still was going at it. So
Might have come up just a yard short of the first down, so it appears to be 3rd and short.
now here's the problem, Brian. Everybody has these spread formations and everything now. This is when you need to go old-fashioned, 8 men in the box on offense. Hey, 2-3 tight ends and just run the ball and get this first down right here.
Well, let's see. Where the officials are coming together here. What do they say?
They're
No,
gonna give it to him.
they're going to say that's a first down. So they're going to say he. So they're going to credit that as a first down and move the chains for the Tigers, and they needed that. They needed a first down after 2 plays there. So credit that. That was about a 6. We'll credit that as a 6-yard run there for Roberson.
Well, we'll save my 3 tight end rant for another.
Powell in the
day.
shotgun. That's another pitch.
Is that like the 3rd time in a row they've ran that play, except 2 to the
Roberson.
right, 1 to the left, Brian?
Exactly. Well, I think right now, after the hits that Powell took in the first 2 possessions, I know he is happy to see some run plays called right now. It'll still remain. It'll be 2nd and long. He probably just got back to the line of scrimmage. Ball inside of the 30 on about the 29, actually.
And we're under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter unofficially, Brian.
Powell in the shotgun formation. He's got 2 backs right there. There's a false start.
Whoa.
But
No
let's see
flag?
what they call. No flag. Powell needs to get rid of it.
I guess as long as the ball
Powell took a
snapped,
hit, and
everybody
his
else
helmet
can move.
came off again on the hit.
That's-
And I'm not surprised.
that's number 7, Brian. 7th time we've had a North Florida Tiger with the helmet off.
Well, for Powell, it's definitely the 3rd time. But the unfortunate about that is we saw at least 3 guys move before the snap, but the officials did not call it. And so it ends up being a bad break. I'm sure they just lost about 8 or 9 yards. I'm sure they would have rather taken the 5-yard penalty instead.
And then have another down.
So, and you lost your quarterback. So it all plays out in a bad spot there for North Florida. Back into the game, Frenzel Lightburn, he has to come in while Alfonso Powell had to go out for the helmet coming off.
And you're looking at about the 3rd and 18. Not an ideal situation for your backup quarterback.
No, and I mean, poor Mr. Lightburn, he has come in, and not only, this is not the first time he's come in an unfortunate situation. Out of the shotgun. And, nearly intercepted there as that ball was intended for number 3, Tyler Mitchell, but it was thrown behind him. Nearly intercepted by C.J. Morrow.
There we go, Brian. There we go. We got 2 of them getting into it. That's number 59 for North Florida. And it looks like number 99 for
Birmingham. Well, you hate to see Trey Williams for Birmingham has had a great game, and obviously Jevion Wilson up front. That's just an offensive line, defensive line battle. I'm sure. If I had to guess, I think Williams has probably had the best of it, and I think right there was maybe more frustration by Wilson. But the penalty is going against Birmingham,
and it's going to be an automatic first down.
So maybe that was why Mr. Wilson there was a little unhappy with things in that possession or on that play, after that play.
We're under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter.
Final seconds of the quarter. Let's see if they get this play off before the end of the quarter. 5 seconds unofficially. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Let's see what happens. Are they going to get this play off in time? Our clock says they probably are not, but there's Lightburn. He's rolling to his left, tells a man to go deep. He throws it out there. He's got a man. Going up the field, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, North Florida. Number 16, or Chuck, that might have been 15, Markel Burgess. Let's see do I have that number right? If that's 15 or 16, hard to tell here, AD.
It's coming back, Brian.
Okay.
It's coming back.
All right, well.
That's number 15, Brian.
Okay. And unfortunately,
he just ran a sprint for nothing.
The touchdown play will not count. It was a good play. Let's see, what was the penalty, AD?
It was a hold against number 7.
Okay, well.
And number 7 being
Roberson.
Trammell. Excuse me, wrong one. Yeah, Roberson.
So a holding takes what would have been 6 points off the board.
Correction, that was 52, Smith.
Okay. So the hold called on Roderick Smith, offensive lineman. So at some point we've got to be coming up here to the end of the quarter, into the 3rd quarter. But of course, remember, officially the clock is being kept on the field.
No, I think this is the first time all day our clock has been faster than their clock, Brian.
You might be right.
I think it's time for, I guess, we don't know.
Frenzel Lightburn in shotgun out of the pistol formation because he has a back behind him. Twins to his right, one to his left. He looks. He's going deep. That's a floater, but somebody's going to catch that. Oh, and that ball, Tyler Mitchell trying to catch that jump ball. He was out there. That ball just kind of floated
that's the end of the quarter, Brian.
That ball just floated into an end of the open area there, and it landed about 3 or 4 feet behind Mitchell. As AD said, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Our score, Birmingham Sports Academy 24, North Florida 8. We'll take a break and come back for the final quarter right after these words.
This is Ryan Fulford.
AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time-consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for a free personalized insurance quote. Allstate, are you in good hands?
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to Jericho Sports presentation of the Post-Grad Football League here in Parrish, Alabama. Today's contest between the Birmingham Sports Academy Eagles and North Florida Tigers. As we head into the fourth quarter, the Eagles with a 24-8 lead over the Tigers. And we will start from the Tigers' 26-yard line. Second down and long, really long, probably about 20, 25 yards, I guess, unofficially. Needing to get out to the 47. So you do the math on that. It's about 21 yards. Our quarterback for the Tigers, number 12, Franzel Lightburn, who has primarily been used in rotation need, substitution need.
We just call him utility.
He'll roll out to the left, slings it. He's got a man out front, unable to put that on line for Jalen Roberson, who had a few steps. That ball could have been thrown more towards the numbers. Roberson's probably scoring because he had about 2 or 3 yards on Xavier Love, but instead it was thrown more to the inside. Always a tough proposition rolling left for a right-handed quarterback. So here we are, 3rd and 21. Lightburn will be in a shotgun formation. Looks like he has 2 backs. No, correction. He'll have 1 back to his right, number 20, Keyshawn Granberry. And there's going to be a timeout. So we've got a timeout on the field called by Birmingham Sports Academy. Let's take a break, and we'll come back right after these words.
It was a monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was a monumental game. Somebody had to lose, and thank God it was them this time.
We knew it was going to be a battle. Look at Jake Aver's record. 202 and 36, I think, some off-the-wall figures.
And nobody would play him because they didn't want to take a chance of getting beat. But the truth of it is,
over 46,000 tickets. Blacks were sitting in the east stands. The whites were sitting in the west stands. And the score wound up 34-28.
The only thing we proved that we wasn't inferior, that we were not inferior, and we were not afraid.
For one night, for 160 minutes, we was better than them.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other.
All right, coming out of the timeout from Birmingham. It'll be 3rd and 21 for North Florida. Franzel Lightburn in the shotgun. A lot of movement going on right now by North Florida. I thought they had come out of the timeout and somebody just came off the field. Anyway, Lightburn shotgun.
Screen pass.
And unable to come up with that pass was Granberry, and so they will most likely punt the ball here. You definitely don't want to turn around and give the ball back to Birmingham at the 27-yard line. Punter for North Florida, number 57, Martin Hernandez Campos. Back to receive for Birmingham. Well, a little change in that. Now it appears to be Alizavia Berry back to receive. Let's see what type of punt we get from Hernandez Campos. Now remember, there was wasn't there a safety or that was a good snap.
Yeah, in the
end over end on that punt. There's a flag that came on the sideline. Ball kind of falls dead at about the 43, 44-yard line. And then another flag gets thrown. Somebody, I know one flag in the middle of the field is probably going to go against Birmingham. This first flag down here on the sideline near us, AD, by the 50, let's see what that one is. Any guesses?
Probably a hold, the first flag that we saw. The second was probably going to be a personal foul of some type.
Well, let's see what the officials call. They finish up their conversation there at midfield. A lot of back and forth, just trying to figure out where the spot placement is. Here's the call.
There's the hold. There's the personal foul. Both of them are against blue.
So one of those double combination mark-offs.
But this one, both of them are live balls. So there should only be one mark-off, I do believe.
Okay.
If the personal foul that occurred after the play was dead, then you're correct. There would be a double mark-off.
Well, I think the personal foul did come at the end.
And it looks like it did come after the ball was dead, so because they just marked off 30.
All righty. See, I hang around you long enough, I start to figure these things out, AD. I might want to become no.
Stick with indoor sports, Brian.
Stick with indoor sports and calling games
it's
inside.
It's hot out there.
All right, so we've got 1st and 10 for Birmingham at about the 18-yard line. Josh Crook hit in the backfield was Corey Scruggs, and he is driven back. That is going to be a significant loss of about almost 8 yards there.
And looks like we've got number 52, Roderick Smith, along with number 44, Devion Hayward, on the tackle for the Eagles.
Well,
for the Tigers.
That was about a 7 or 8 yard tackle for loss. Looks like it's spotted at about the 12. Might have an extra man on the field as somebody's running to get off. Let's hope they have 11 now. And there's a A little too eager there on that right side of the defensive line. And he knows number 13 there, Jalen White. Just a little too eager. And you don't want to give up. You know, you've been – your defensive line just did a great job on first down.
And right back
and you give them 5 more yards. Well, that's one thing that I'm sure North Florida will be watching when they go to the film is how can they clean up on just a little personal mistakes.
And the referee used those gigantic steps. He walked off a little bit too much on that.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, that went from 7 to 5. There's Crook in the shotgun, drops, going downfield. And there's almost intercepted there by number 6, Jamari Wright. He had it in his hands, just couldn't bring it in.
I think it's that time of the day, Brian.
Another flag?
No, not another flag. The C word. Is that a cramp, or is he just trying to fix his shoe? Looks like he's just trying to fix his shoe.
I was like, AD, that was beautiful. I had no idea where you were going with that one. None whatsoever. Anybody listening, if you knew where he was going with that, God bless you.
Well, fourth quarter, small roster, Brian.
I still would not have put that 2 and 2 together. But, okay, here we go. Third down. Trips to the right, single back in the shotgun with Crook. Drops back, looking to his right. He keeps it. He's going to keep it. Avoids 2 tacklers. He's got some blockers. 30, 35, 40. Gets out of bounds to get the first down. How about that young man, Josh Crook?
Good business decision right there, Brian.
Definitely up for player of the game today.
Are we doing that, Brian?
Well, hey. I mean, you got to think 3 touchdown passes. I mean, you know, outside of the names I feel like I've called the most today are Crook on the offensive side, and I think I've heard you call Trey Williams enough on the defensive side. I mean, sure, there's other guys working. Same formation, they flip it. This time it's a handoff to Barry. Inside run, 45, falls down just shy to 50. I think he got the first down. No, I see the line judge coming in, spotting it about a yard short. So it's a 9-yard run for Barry.
And, you know, you talk about players of the game. That young man, Barry, has put in some good work today also, Brian.
He's a nice utility player, running back, return specialist, punter. He's done it all today.
And it looks like the ref is sending 59 out the game just to get a stern talking to. We'll just say it like that, Brian.
Okay. So after the quick substitutions, clock runs again. 2nd down and 1. Crook, shotgun, handoff to Barry. Gets the first down over to 50, 45. Cutting back to the right again, tripped up. Falls down at about the 37-yard line, somewhere between the 40 and 35. It looks like
the number 5, Rashawn Hamilton, got the shoestring tackle right there, Brian.
Birmingham with a quicker pace right now on this possession. The first time we've really seen them operate at this particular pace without a huddle.
And you would think they would be slowing the game down considering that they have the lead. But
I think they obviously right now you may be working on other things and you've got your opponent tired, a little outmanned. So let's go ahead and put the nail in the coffin here. Crook in the pistol formation, trips to his left. He does have a single receiver to his right. Inside handoff. Nice spin move in the middle of the field and to about the 30-yard line. Number 24, Corey Scruggs, on that nice run of about 7 yards, I would say, maybe 8.
We'll call it 7, Brian.
Okay.
And Scruggs has had a fairly decent day also. North Florida running players in and out, trying to get fresh bodies, somebody who can make a play. We've got a stoppage and play.
As there was an offside, the right defensive end,
substitution,
or at least it came from the right side.
And I'm going to tell you what it looked like happened, Brian. The player who was subbing on I think that was number 87, Gabe McClellan. Looks like he never got across to the other side of the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped.
Okay, so they had too many men on the field then in that case. And so automatic first down for Birmingham. Ball spotted, I would say, maybe 27. Crook decides to keep it. He's got some blockers in front of him, going to the right side. And there's a flag that's thrown way out towards the middle. Might be a little holding there. That one may, if it goes against Birmingham, that'll be on number 50.
There's no might be on that, Brian. That's exactly what that signal means, Brian.
Jacob Wooden. And that one's coming back.
You know, Brian, when you take a look at what's happened in this game, you know, both teams got off to a slow start, and Birmingham was quick to make the adjustments that they needed to make and get back in the game. Where North Florida has not been able to quite get it right in this particular ball game, and I do believe this is their second game of the season, Brian.
Okay, thanks for that clarification. Shotgun formation, single back to his left. Crook, he thought about it. Yes, he is. He's going out deep. Put too much air on that one. And
did he get his feet in? No.
They're saying he's out of bounds. Almost intercepted out there by.
That's number 8, Jacoby Hill.
Yeah, almost intercepted out there. Looked like he put a little too much air on that particular pass play. Second and long. They've scored 2 touchdowns, I believe, going this same direction, which was in the second quarter. They did score twice, throwing towards that sideline. Crook did. 4 receivers for Crook on this second and long. Twins left and right. The single back is number 15, Carlton Brown. Man in motion is 3, Waymond, around the left side towards the sideline, and he's hit.
Good hit there.
Number 13.
Uh-oh.
Got to watch out. Don't need any extras.
This is the time of the game where you don't want anybody to do anything stupid that's going to cost them a game. Any fights, any suspensions. I'm pretty sure this league has rules similar to what the NCAA junior college has also, Brian.
Jalen White, 13. If that's who,
yes,
made that hit. So here it is, third and long. Moves, trips to his right, a single receiver to his left. Brown is the single back to Crook's left. No, check that. That is Moore. Crook steps up to the sideline. Pass caught by Wayman. And Cordavian Wayman.
Wayman just found a hole in the zone and sat down, Brian.
So we have 4th and long, and I'm sure they'll go for it here. There's no sense in going for a field goal or.
Have you seen a field goal kicker, Brian?
I have not seen a field goal kicker, so.
Okay.
4th down and 9. Needing to get to almost a 15-yard line to get the first down. Josh Crook in the shotgun. Moore's to his right. Trips left. There's it. There's a man wide open going towards the end zone. Floats it up there.
Oh, great defensive play.
Nice defensive play by number 6, Jamari Wright. Did a good job of deflecting that. On first glance, maybe if that ball came out of Crook's hand with a little more pepper, that ball might have been a touchdown, but it floated in the air a little too long. So
yeah, too much touch on that particular one, Brian. Too much touch. You just had to put that one out there and just let them go get it, let them run up under it.
So just the second turnover on downs by Birmingham in this contest. And so here we are going into the fourth quarter. Ball will be spotted at about the 27-yard line for North Florida. We have 4 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the contest. 24-8 is the score. So North Florida trailing by 2 scores. 2 scores and 2 extra points. So they need to score quickly here if they're to have any shot of getting back in this ball game.
And looks like we've got another delay of game to start a drive, Brian.
I don't know how many that's been today, but you can chalk that up as maybe 1A. One of the things I'm sure that North Florida will be working on the rest of this week before next weekend's game.
I really want to say half of their possessions, they've started off with a 5-yard delay of game penalty, Brian.
And this is the start of their 8th. This is the start of their 8th possession in the game.
So I would take an educated guess and say at least 4 delay of games by North Florida.
Lightburn in the shotgun, rolling to his right, avoids the rush. Steps up, looks out, and there's I called that one too soon. I might have jinxed you, as that could have been an interception. It would have been a pick 6 for number 7, Greg Trammell, if he had held on to that ball.
And there was nothing but green grass out there for him, Brian. I think that's what got him. He was looking to score before he secured the ball.
That was a pick 6. If he catches that one, he's gone to the house. Yeah, Lightburn, he rolled to the right, avoided the rush. He just didn't put enough on it as he was rolling. .422 remaining in the contest. Frenzel Lightburn with a single back to his left, Twins left and right. Up top, there's a reception there. And that ball caught at about the 33-yard line by, I believe that was number 3, Tyler Mitchell.
It's number 2, Brian.
Correction, that's number 2. Alfonso Powell caught that one. Alfonso doubled as the quarterback in this contest as well.
And, Brian, I think he's actually done better for North Florida playing out there at the receiver slot that he has at quarterback, because the young man who's come in to replace him at quarterback, Frenzel Lightburn, has done an adequate job at the quarterback position.
2nd down and 5. Twins left and right. Oh, and somebody got off to an early start, and I believe that one beating himself up on that is number 27, Amari Thomas. I think he knows he got off to an early start. So just penalties. Delay of games, penalties, late substituting in and out. Just some of the things that we know North Florida will be working on this week. So now we've got about a 3rd and 10, maybe 3rd and 9 based on the spot. Lightburn's in the shotgun again. Pulls it in, looking, rolling, reverses direction, rolling left now. Can he get rid of it? Throws it across the middle of the field, and coming back to it was 27, Amari Thomas. He had a chance to sort of make up for it, but I think he tried to catch that with his body instead of his hands, and that's always that's usually a bad proposition.
And that was enough yardage to get the first down, Brian, if he does hold on to that.
So,
and we got a flag on the field.
Okay, let's see what happened there.
I missed the call.
Where was the flag?
It was on the far sideline.
Well, I see the punter coming in, number 57, Martin Hernandez Campos. So that will effectively put an end to that drive. The 3rd punt of the contest for North Florida coming up here for Hernandez Campos. Unless, of course, he goes with some sort of trickeration. I'm not expecting it, but you never know.
Well, it's not like Birmingham is in a punt-safe formation right now. They've got 10 men within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage and just 1 man back deep. And that person is
Xavier Berry, number 1. And he's just inside of the about the 42-yard line is where he's standing.
Probably going to be looking at another delay of game, Brian, if they don't hurry up and get this ball snapped.
Ball is snapped. Kick. Beautiful kick. Backing Berry up. Backed him up at least about 12 yards. Berry picked it up at about the 29. He's across the 45 now. Cuts back. The flag came flying in. And there's a real nice tackle there by 13, Jalen White, as Barry got across the 50, actually got to about the 48. To about the 48-yard line, but there's a hold against Birmingham back at about the 40. So back it up. Unofficially, 3:15 to play. As the officials huddle, trying to determine what's going to happen. We are under 2 minutes to play in the contest with 1:48 to play. 24-8 is our score. Birmingham Sports Academy Eagles leading over the North Florida Tigers.
1 first down and they can take a knee, Brian.
Are they gonna? They're gonna. Somebody's gonna. This looks like they're gonna repunt this. As I see the punting units coming back onto the field. That was actually a very nice punt by Hernandez Campos. He pushed Barry of North Florida, who was standing on about the 42. He pushed him back about 13 yards. So here we go. Take number 2. And I guess through all the confusion here, North Florida is trying to get the right personnel. AD, how many guys they have on the field? They've got enough?
I think I only count.
Hernandez Campos with a second punt attempt.
Oh, there's going to be 11. It's all 10.
Ty rotating end over end. Barry at about the 38. Avoids the first tackler. Avoids the second tackler. Going left up the sideline. Across the 50. Across the 45. Out of bounds. Nice run by Alazavius Berry. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back right after these words.
Red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
It's like a loop machine.
Back to live action. There's a handoff going around the left side, running out of bounds for Birmingham, number 24, Corey Scruggs. We've got about 1 minute and 23 remaining in the contest. In at quarterback is number 10, Derek McKinley. Coming up at the conclusion of the game, our offense and defensive player or players of the game, and we have appear to be a.
There it is, Brian.
Oh, AD, you jinxed
the
us.
last 2 minutes of the game.
We were here in the last minute of the contest, and you had to talk about it, and there it is, the crimp.
During this time of the year, unfortunately, though, Brian, I don't care how well you condition.
You spoke that into existence,
how
AD.
well
I'm
you
putting
hydrate,
that on you. Putting that on you.
It's going to happen, Brian. It's going to happen.
Yeah, minute 23. So, I mean, what do you – I mean, you mentioned just taking a knee and getting out of here, but it seems like Birmingham has some other plans, AD. What do you think that's all about versus just taking a knee and getting out of here?
Well, obviously they're trying to work on some things. They may have some players in the game who have not played thus far. They're just trying to get a look at them and see, it's always good to hit somebody in a different color jersey than your jersey, Brian. The only thing that I don't like about that is that they actually ran out of bounds on that play and stopped the clock instead of just falling down in bounds and letting the clock run so that they can, so that we can all get up out of here.
Good point. And that young man coming off the field seems to be okay, number 60.
Is that 60? Yeah, that's 60.
Kevin Castro. offensive lineman. And so
referee winds the clock, so didn't matter that he went out of bounds.
Second and 4, we'll
looks
say.
like they're victory formation now, Brian.
There we go. Good decision by Coach. Victory formation. McKinley snap, takes a knee. And what do you think? He may have just one more time to have to do it?
Yes, he's going to have to take it one more time. He needs to take this snap under 40 seconds. And then we can pack up and head to the house, Brian.
Well, as we have our final knee, you can see the first initial handshake by the young men.
Oh, they just said the heck with it, Brian.
On the field. We will conclude that. So our first contest of the year of the Post-Grad Football League here comes to an end. Final seconds, click off the top. Tick off the – I'm ready to go home. Tick off the clock. Say that 20 times fast. The officials walk off the field. The players will come. I guess old school. This is COVID time, so I don't know if we do the handshake line or we just wave from the sideline and say good game.
Tip your helmets to them, Brian.
Tip your helmets. No, they're gonna do it old school and come down the middle. I mean, look, you've been hitting each other all day, so why wouldn't you just come and?
If you got it, you got it by now. Unfortunately,
yeah.
No, they're not coming across.
Okay. AD, our final score: Birmingham Sports Academy 24, North Florida 8. Let's go offensive and defensive players of the game. Who do you have? Let's start on the defensive side. Who you got as your defensive player of the game?
For Birmingham, definitely number 99, Trey Williams. I think, although we have no stats up here, no official stats, we've called his name probably more than anybody else for the Birmingham Eagles, Brian.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there. And for our offensive player of the game?
Although we've got multiple candidates, we've got Alvia Berry.
Alaveus
Berry, thank you. Josh,
excuse me, let me get that. See, you got me saying it wrong. Alazavia Berry.
Alazavia Berry.
Thank you. I've been saying it right all day, and I hear you saying I say it wrong. Go ahead.
All right. Josh Crook had an excellent game along with Corey Scruggs, but I'm going to go with Derek McKinley.
Derek McKinley, although AD wasn't the quarterback who threw 3 touchdowns.
Oh, wait a minute. Then I got
that was Josh Crook.
I got the wrong quarterback.
You do have the wrong quarterback. That's why I'm looking at you. Josh Crook is the quarterback who threw 3 touchdowns in this ball game.
My bad.
That's who your offensive player of the game is?
Yes.
That is my offensive player of the game as well.
I knew it was one of the quarterbacks.
That's why I was looking at you. I was like, where are you going? You going with anyone other than?
I thought you said I was too long-winded, man.
No. Good solid performances also, I thought, on offense by DeMonte Moore. How about 2 touchdown catches there? I believe that was for Kentrell Calhoun, if I'm not mistaken, caught a couple of those touchdowns from Crook. But without a doubt, Josh Crook came in the second quarter, really took ownership of the offense, and that's where essentially he led 3 consecutive scoring possessions, 2 at the end of the second quarter, 1 at the start of the third.
Going back on the defensive side of the ball, 2 people who played defensive back who had very good games, Brian, would be number 7, Greg Trammell, and number 4, C.J. Morrow also.
All right. Well, we want to wish both teams safe travels. The team from North Florida heading back to Tallahassee, we wish them much success the rest of this season. We know that they'll be practicing this week to clean up some of the mistakes of today. A lot of good film work, I'm sure. And for Birmingham, it was a great start, a good start for them. A lot of positives I saw. Will be a fun team to watch for the rest of this year. For our production crew today, we had Adrian Drew on camera. Got to appreciate Adrian out there on camera. Our producer, Roy Evans, as well. We want to thank everyone with the Birmingham Sports Academy staff that helped us get set up for this contest. And, of course, for my color guy, A.D. Drew. I am Brian Fulford. Thank you for watching this contest of Jericho Sports presentation of the Post Grad Football League. Be safe and enjoy the rest of your Labor Day weekend.
I'll holla.